you know, it's July, we still have meat, deer season.
Thanks, slow down.
So it's okay if I put a tree stand after your lot back there? I know you feed them, but, it makes it nice and convenient for me too.
Yeah, Jim would chase
Like
you
that we
off.
hear you.
Jim would chase you off.
I put carrots in my pocket as I climb the tree.
Or some apples.
Apples, yeah. What I need to do is find that guy that's got that lot back there, that's got the lake home. See if he cares about it. That'd be great. Back there in the middle of nowhere, 4-H borders it on two sides.
That'd be where the coffee bird was.
I don't care. I don't care.
I mean, it's a mess.
It's like you
I don't
guys
care.
be out there in the years.
That's what they do like you. Yeah, see who you are. What?
Explain some things.
It's all coming together. It's all coming together. Until I called her today. She goes, well, you don't have meetings? I said, yeah. He goes, we don't mind. Last, the first Tuesday of the month was on, the sign, I thought it'd be a full week. No, it's the third Tuesday regardless. Now, almost. She was right. Surprised that she got 4 now.
And the audio, right? On the-
Just didn't know it.
Right.
I'm surprised they came.
I know, right?
You can get.
Right.
I think there's a camera, then you can
Nice.
get a mixer, you know what I mean?
Sit in the back row too.
Where's it gonna stop?
You
Yeah.
like to sit in the back row too?
Back, go back.
Dragging that deer, of course, he couldn't help much, he tried. He tried, but you know, I dragged it out myself. Tried to hold the leg, drag it out. Not as young as used to be. Nothing, not as young as used to be. I know it. Not as young.
Yeah, we'll have, first week in November. We got 3 weeks.
Okay, welcome everybody. Before I call this meeting to order, I'd like to take a moment to ask our Heavenly Father to guide us to make decisions that are in the best interest of our town and for the people that we represent. Thank you and amen. I'd like to now call the Darmstadt Town Meeting of October 15th, 2024 to order. And join me in the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, thank you everybody for attending. Has everybody received a copy of the minutes from the last meeting?
Yes.
And I live, do I have a motion to approve those minutes?
I'll make the motion.
I have a motion, do I have a second?
Second.
Motion and a second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? All right. Financial reports, has everybody had a chance to look at the financial reports? Do I have a motion?
I'll motion.
All right.
Financial report.
All right, I have a motion for the financial reports, do I have a second?
Second.
All right, motion and a second, all in favor say aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Bills, has everybody had a chance to take a look at all the bills we got paid for this month? All right, I have a motion to pay the bills.
I'll motion to pay the bills.
I have a motion, do I have a second?
Second.
All right, a motion and a second, all in favor of paying the bills, say aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Miss Mallory, clerk treasurer, report.
Yes. Tonight is our public budget adoption hearing. That's where we set all the town tax revenues for next year, including our bond payment revenue. We levy taxes on our general, our bond fund, and our CCD fund, and that's the only one that's actually levied taxes. The sewer department is a completely separate budget. It's not policed by the state, and it receives absolutely no tax money. It is self-sufficient just off of sewer bill revenue. I have still been fighting with CenterPoint. I think you guys know since June, when they deleted all 100 of our electric bills, when they changed the account numbers for everyone. They deleted all of our town electric bills for all our sewer pumps and our street lights. We finally got that back online, and then we were still missing a bill for 1743 Boonville New Harmony Road, which they still had down as Rural Route 5, Box 399B. It's a very old address. I don't know why they didn't update it. So apparently, someone came in, saw the Rural Route 5, Box 399B, and decided to change that service address to 399 West Boonville New Harmony Road. Misunderstanding that box numbers are not house numbers, so that really threw a wrench in the thing. It took us forever to solve that mystery. So we finally solved it, got it back online. It's all paid up, so that sewer pump is still running fine. I've also been working with our software company, Keystone, to try to get our auto pay set up. They finally have auto pay. They sent me a quote, and I forwarded it to the council. To completely set up auto pay is going to be $2,390. It'll cost the sewer department. And then there will be an annual fee attached to that. If we need any technical support afterwards, it's going to be billed at $200 an hour. And if they have to actually come down here, then it's also $60 an hour travel time. I don't anticipate any of that. I just anticipate probably the $23.90. But we are definitely still in the Stone Age, and we need auto pay at the very least. And I would like the council to consider that, or maybe vote on it tonight if you're ready. Have y'all had a chance to think about it?
No,
Or review that?
no, we don't want to think about it. I mean, it's
I think
all,
I sent this last week to you guys. Keystone is our normal software we use for everything. That's
Right.
the utility, plus it also runs the town. We've got 3 different modules, and it does, that's what I use for the payroll also.
isn't like 99% of the rest of the world on auto pay? I mean, why?
It'll cost us, obviously, but it will just, it'd be a convenience to our customers.
What's the cost?
It won't cost the customers anything.
Right, what about us?
It's gonna be that setup fee, and then the annual fee, it looks like $1,000 a year to keep it going. And then, of course, I will have to I'll do all the training sessions and learn how to do it. And then we will have people's bank accounts is the only thing I'm concerned about. Then we will have people's bank account numbers, which we've never had before. I've never had that kind of private information from the customers. But I mean, our IT is really good. It's locked down
There's been a lot of people
very
asking for it.
securely.
Hasn't that come up many times throughout the course of years?
Yes.
And this comes out of sewer funds, right?
Yes, this is completely from sewer.
Okay, is that something we want to do yet this year? Or do we want to hold off?
We can start it whenever we want.
Here's almost.
I would need to do
Yeah.
the training beforehand anyway and learn how to do it.
Just given the budget numbers on sewer,
Yeah, I mean, we could start it in January.
Effective
That
January
sounds
1st.
good.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So we want to make a motion?
I don't know, do we need a motion?
I would feel better
Yeah,
with a
I think
motion.
so.
Okay. Can you make a motion? Are you allowed to make a motion?
No.
I'll make a motion that we, I mean, if it's okay with everybody else, I think we need to do it. I mean, I'd like to make a motion that we go to auto pay for our service.
That will help with the slow delivery of the bills too, am I correct?
Yes.
Okay, well, then, yep. I have a motion to move to auto pay for the sewer department. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor? Say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Motion carries.
So we'll plan on making this effective in January then, as long as everything falls into place. That sounds good with you guys? And this will just be an additional thing we will offer. You can still pay all the other ways that you pay your sewer bill now. We'll just have an additional. About half the town actually pays online already. They just pay through their own bank service, and, you know, the bank sends me a paper check in the mail, but then you're still dependent on the mail.
Correct.
Because a lot of times, like, today's the 15th, some of the bills I picked up today, they paid online, and their check is dated October 2nd. And I just got it today on the 15th. So. But I go by when they paid it, when they can prove that they actually paid it that day, so that's fine. And, the AIM Roundtable meeting, that's the last thing I had, is in Boonville next Wednesday, October 23rd.
Do we have a time yet though?
I believe it's 5 o'clock is when they open the doors, and 5:30 is when registration starts. And I've got, me and Ray, Eric and Crystal, and Cecil had something else.
Yeah, I guess.
So that was it, everybody, yeah, so everybody else is going. And that's all I had.
Quick question, Mallory, on the address of the 399B, what's the street address on that? Melissa, make sure I heard you right, the actual
It was 1731.
1731, okay.
Boonville near Harmony Road.
Right.
Mhm.
I just didn't hear you right on that. Okay, thank you. Nobody here from the fire department?
I
unless
have
you
it.
are representing-
Brandon's out of town. They had 4 calls for trash brush fire during the open burn ban. They had 4 EMS transport calls, 1 gas leak, 1 power line down, and 1 no incident found on arrival. And that was it. And their average response time was 4 minutes and 54 seconds.
Okay. Thank you, Crystal.
You're welcome.
Sheriff's Department report, gentlemen.
We have basically our print off. It lists everything in the last 30 days since I was here last. We had to go through and calculate, each one. 14 business checks, 3 property damage accidents, 4 neighborhood checks, 5 traffic enforcement, and that's basically, we set at a certain area, and that's considered an enforcement action, and it can range from 5-10 minutes to 30-45 minutes. 62 extra patrols, so that's where we're somewhere, either at the square, near 4-H, 11 traffic stops. Most of those were traffic enforcement, and I think there was only 1 citation, and most were written warnings, and I think only 1 verbal. So verbal warnings, we basically just tell them, slow down. Written warning, we write it out just like a citation, but it says written warning, it doesn't go on a computer system. So 10 years from now, it'll still pull up where we stop them and gave them a written warning. Most of the time we do that, and Josh does as well. If they're not in our computer system, we do a written warning. Now they're in our computer system. So we know where they live, their address, phone number, etc. And 6 incident reports, and they kind of varied from a fraud report, deceased subject, domestic battery, simple assault, and then look at that. And then just 1 generic incident report. So I think only 1, I thought there was 1 crash. Yeah, there was a crash at Darm Sutton Home, because that's the citation they wrote for So you go right away. So, not bad. Oh, one home security check, I checked the address on the hill.
Old State.
Yeah, I checked that. Is it nobody renting that, or is it just,
Vacant.
We got something in the process now.
is it owned by the town, that property?
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
Why you want to buy it?
Can't keep up with what I got. It's a nice view.
It is.
Oh, my
Okay, thank you.
Maintenance department, say something.
Thank you, Department. Hey, with this GIS, with the sewer line location is going along well. The sewer inspections, the pump stations is where we're ahead of schedule. Had to take care of a few trees with the wind here, one on Workman and, I guess two on Workman, actually. And, Mick turned the heat on in the old state house because it's, gonna get kind of chilly. And I don't have the information as far as the locates from last month because Aaron was off today, so didn't get it. So my apologies for that. I'll catch up next month, I promise. So, but other than that, it's just, had a little issue with the mowing tractor with the controls. It kind of drifted off and we did some scalping along the mowing path, but all that's been corrected. We just waiting for the grass to grow back, right? That's about it. Everything's going well.
Okay, question on the Old State Roadhouse, the ventilation, did we ever get that dealt with?
No, Angie's gonna take care of that.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Cecil.
Yes, sir.
Residents' comments. Anybody have anything to say tonight?
Well, my property, sorry, I'm losing my voice. My property attaches to the back here onto Grand Drive. And several years ago, there was a house up the hill, I don't know the name of that road,
Mowing court.
Home Court, that they were complaining the water was in there, so they had to go and dig out the ditch. Well, they used the backhoe and it just messed everything. We never had a problem with our yard until the backhoe went through there. And now our property keeps sinking in. Well, I came down here after it was done because it looked so horrible. People were saying, what they do? And they promised me, he's not here now, but he promised me it would all be fixed. And it never got fixed. So about a year ago, I talked to Mick and Mick said, well, I'll check into it and see what we can do. Well, then when the machine had, it was nobody's problem, it was the machine itself. When they ripped out all that grass from there, you can see the indents in that ditch if you go. When you go on my property, you can see, and it keeps on falling down. We keep on losing our property.
I
And
stopped by and looked at it too, by the way. And it's pretty abrupt. I mean, it comes out and it just takes a 90 degree on the yard side. And it really needs to have something done to it. I mean, and the ditch is way too deep as it gets towards the creek that it dumps into. And it backs up from the creek and floods their yard.
And it just keeps on
Washing away.
washing our property away. And so
So I've talked to Mick.
talked to Cecil and stuff. I thought something's gotta be done. This is our third time to mention it. And we probably would have never seen it if it hadn't ripped the grass seed and everything off. Then you can, when we get our next rain, it's really gonna be bad because it's even been washing more of our yard away. And it used to all be level. Now it's just all, it just keeps on sinking in.
What's your
And-
address?
12735 Tiburon,
Right in the corner.
right here on the
Right
corner.
across the ditch.
Cecil had talked about it before the meeting.
And it's just, the longer we wait, the more we're gonna have to, if we wait longer, you're literally gonna have dirt filled there or something, because it just keeps on falling in, and you can see, even Cecil, he was amazed how bad it was. He said, thanks for calling me. He said, I didn't realize it was in this bad a shape.
Mick looked at it also, and we're thinking about putting some riprap along the bank to keep it from.
Just on my
I was gonna
side.
ask if there's erosion going on.
We're gonna have to taper the bank and then put the riprap on there to keep it from, it basically just washing off.
Even where the sewer is, it's all washed out. I mean, you have no room. I mean, the dirt is gone now. And you had quite a bit of footage there before.
And there's a power pole there as well, so.
Yeah,
Well, we could do like we did up here, you know, where we put the riprap right at the hoeing and, I mean, does that sound
yeah, that would,
doable?
Yeah, we'll come up with a solution. I promise, and I
Yeah,
get back
I
to them
just-
after we've had some people smarter than me to take a look at it, see what we have to do to make it right. Because it's not right.
When they dug that out, they used the backhoe, they didn't have that escalator
They didn't shoot a grade either.
there.
no, no, and you'd be surprised if you down there how deep it is in a lot of the places. I mean, when we first moved in, it wasn't a real deep ditch, but now it goes, I'm surprised the gas line wasn't hit. If you look at the little yellow flags.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mick called in locates for the gas line and the water line, so the only thing we have an issue with is the gas line, so. But we'll address it and we'll do something to make it right.
Is that ditch clogged up
Oh, no.
downflow from it? I mean,
No,
It's
no.
so
Sounds
steep,
like
it
it's the
can't fall.
opposite. Yeah.
I mean, with all the storms, a tree could have blown in it or something. you know?
There's brush down there, but it's not in the ditch.
It's on the ditch, yeah.
It actually backs up from the ditch.
Yeah.
Yes,
Up into
backs
the-
up from.
Well, that's when you said that. That's why I was wondering if the ditch was clogged.
No, it's not. No, this has been going on ever since. We never had any, we've lived out here 40 some odd years and we never had any problems till they used that backhoe.
Yeah.
And then they put in the bigger drain pipes and that just,
And we've been having bigger rains.
We'll get Mike Lofton to take a look at it.
I would greatly appreciate it.
I mean, you laugh about that, but he does know what he's doing. I'm
Yeah.
He
sorry.
does know what he's
He
doing.
does know what he's
He's
doing.
just hard to talk to.
He takes a lot of time, yes, but he.
But he does know what he's talking about.
Oh, thank you.
But thank you for listening because every
Absolutely.
time I go out, my ground's going further and further. And I thought, this is the third time I've got to have something done. So I really appreciate it and really appreciate Cecil coming in after he was off vacation.
I'm on vacation all the time.
Yeah, dear time.
Okay, thank you. Any other residents? Yes,
What is the status of the old state home? Are we keeping it or?
we are actually, that's the redevelopment commission, but,
Right.
I happen to be president of that. And we are looking to sell the old state
Okay.
road. We're looking to draw up some plans
Mhm.
to develop that and sell the house and rid ourselves of
Okay.
that burden. And
Sounds
maybe
good.
gain a few sewer customers.
Sounds good.
When we got maybe Darmstadt Place, maybe, all the
Could be.
Yeah, like a nice neighborhood, but
nice neighborhood.
commercial establishment.
That's our plans anyway. That's our pie in the sky.
Hopes and dreams.
Any other resident comments? Jim?
On the summer credit, I've only used it one time, I've been there since 85. But I think we ought to put it back in and make some rules like he was talking about.
Yeah, I think that is on here for tonight. Soon you may have something ready for that tonight.
I've not had it complete. I don't have it completed yet, but I'll explain why and I'll tell you what I've got so far.
All right. Is that good?
That's all I
All
want.
right. Any other residents? Okay, moving on then. Old business, the Evansville Water and Sewer Utility Mandate Charges Update. Josh, do you speak on this?
Well, obviously, we had, since this involves potential or threatened litigation, we had a executive session to discuss before this. So I don't think I have a whole lot more to report here in the public meeting, other than I've got some marching orders in terms of communication to the Evansville Water and Sewer Utility, and I will do that and report back at the next meeting.
Okay, thank you, Josh. On to the summer sprinkling credit portable meter
We're just
program.
gonna call that summer averaging instead of summer sprinkling.
All right.
That's a personal preference of mine.
Well,
Keeps
that's
the meeting
what the
shorter.
software program says.
I
remember?
know.
So,
I know.
Not to cause
But,
confusion.
I am putting together a program with the blessings of our council to consider putting summer averaging, offering summer averaging and putting the portable meters back in use again, which is what I think should be done. And I think the rest of the council kind of is on the bubble about that. But I don't want to rush things. I've got several
things that we're going to, that I'm going to put in the program. We're gonna have forms for everyone to fill out that wants to be on summer averaging, provided this passed. And there'll be a deadline of January 15th. And you have to have a full year of water usage, of course, to have that credit. And what I'm going to propose is that we average 7 months and then give that average for the 5 months starting in May, June, July, August, and September. It's getting warmer earlier and staying warmer later. So in most other towns, I did a lot of research. Most other towns are also offering those same months and offering both portable meters and summer averaging. I'm going to have forms filled out that I'm going to make up for the portable meters. Our main issue that we have with the portable meters is that, you know, we only have 9 for the whole town. And they're supposed to be out for 3 days, and most times they were out for longer than that. So what I'm going to propose is that we have a deposit, and if you bring that portable meter back late, you'll lose a portion of your deposit. And if you bring it back extremely late, you'll lose the entire deposit and lose your average that you were trying to get. We just got to have the meters turned back. I'm trying to get something that's fair to have people bring them back in. So like I said, I don't want to rush it. I want to make sure it's right. By the next meeting, I'll have forms made out. I'm copying several different towns' forms that have bits and pieces of what we want to do. I'll put them all together on one form and present it to the council, and I feel confident that they'll make the right decision.
Those towns that you're comparing to, I'd like to see you do like Newburgh, Evansville, Poseyville, Hopstock, Chandler, are neighboring towns around here, not only towns that are
Most of them are.
far away.
Most of them are. Newburgh probably got the best laid out program that of any of them that I've researched.
But I see all of them around there, not just one of them and then a bunch of them away.
I've done a lot of research. I'll put together a program and you can look at the forms and the conditions of each one, and we can go from there.
Sounds good. Anything else on that?
That's all.
That's it for now. Okay, thank you, Cecil. Number 3 is the ordinance codification update.
We met as a council this last time and answered all the rest of the legal questions, and I ran them past Josh. He said they looked good, so I did turn them in to American Publishing. So they have all the answers they need, and our deadline, I think, was 17th, so we made it well before the deadline, so.
And they'll have that complete when? Like November or something like that? December?
I don't know, I haven't got an update yet. They were pushing us because we were the ones dragging our feet.
Got it.
Okay, thank you, Mallory. On new business, the redistricting ordinance 0244.
Sure, and I apologize, I didn't bring extra copies for everybody, I've just got one, but really all this does is restate the existing districts that you guys have in place. As a reminder, after every census, you're supposed to revisit and review that. Although the entire town votes on it, the idea is you want to make sure the districts as a population are relatively comparable, because you have to live in that district. So if you've got a district of just 3 people, that really, you know, restricts the evenness of where you're drawing from. So, you know, I think from what I understand, I did a real brief search, but from what I understand from Mallory, there hasn't been a lot of shifting within these districts since the last census. But I do think, you know, the next one, maybe a little bit of a deeper dive would be prudent. Having said that, this really just, again, meets your requirement of every 10 years
Okay.
setting the districts.
Okay,
All right.
thank you, Josh.
I'll give it to Ray to start with, and you guys can have a vote on it.
Yeah, we'll need a motion in a second to accept
Okay,
yes.
ordinance
Do I-
2024-4.
I'll make the motion to accept it.
Okay, I have a motion to accept ordinance 2024. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All right, a motion is second. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed say nay. Motion carries. On to, this is probably you, Mallory, the 2025 budget adoption.
Yes. This is the exact same budget. We had our public hearing on, last month. This is our town budget, does not include sewer. It does include our ARPA, public safety, RDC, and our opioid funds. However, those are our home rule funds. And tonight is just our adoption hearing where we need a motion and a second, and then everyone to sign, and then I submit this to the state tomorrow.
Okay. Do I have a motion to accept the 2025 budget adoption?
I'll make a motion.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
All right, a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Mallory.
Thank you.
Attorney comments?
Well, I think we talked about the sewer mandate. We have done the redistricting ordinance, so I think beyond that, I don't have much else to report.
Okay, thank you. Mallory, do you have anything?
I believe that was it.
That's it. Board member comments? Crystal?
I don't have anything.
Lisa?
Nothing.
Greg?
None.
Okay, I do have two quick things. These both came up today. Past president of the Darmstadt Town Council, Bob Stobbs, has recently passed away. So I'd like to express my condolences. And also I had a property owner in town call me a while ago, Mike Waffen, wanted to offer some compliments to the people of the town that he has worked with. The town clerk treasurer, Mallory, says she's been very nice to work with, and the two maintenance guys who have been very helpful. He bought some property over off of Workman Road, and he is in the process of trying to make it a little more livable. So compliments to the people who actually do things in this town. All right, and that is all I have. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
I so moved.
All right, motion to adjourn, second? Second. All right, all in favor? Aye. Let's adjourn. Thank you all.
Is this a record go on?
Give me that.
Do I?